grandpa Flip goes by many names. Papa, Grandpa, Dad, Husband, and heck, Flip is even one of his many nicknames. His real name is Florian Massey. And even though he's not my real biological grandpa, he's the best grandpa I could have ever asked for. In the next and some traits for the best grandpa in the world are caring, brave, headstrong, and stubborn. And those, by chance, are just probably the best words to describe my grandpa. In the next few moments, I will explain to you why my grandpa is important to me, the best and bravest fisherman I know, and the most stubborn man I know. First off, I'll give you a little background information on my grandpa. He's lived in Sartell his entire life, and considering he's almost 90, that's a long time to be living in Sartell. I don't think I can do it. And whenever I ask him why he hasn't moved away, he just says he never really felt he had to. He's also adopted and raised 2 children in Sartell, and that is including my mom and my aunt. He's also fought in the Korean War, but he was only a military policeman, so luckily he never had to see any combat. He's also the best fisherman I know. He's the best fisherman I know because he always knew how, when, and where to catch the fish. And whenever we went out fishing, we would always go out to lunch after. He's the bravest fisherman I know. The reason comes along with a little story. It was a little bit of a wavy day on the lake, but we decided to go out fishing anyways. As the day went on, it got wavier and wavier, and so we decided to drive around on the boat to find a less wavy spot. As we were driving around, my little brother, who couldn't swim at the time, fell in the lake. My grandpa, being the brave person that he is, was the first to jump in after him. Now that doesn't seem very brave to some people, but one key fact is my grandpa doesn't know how to swim. So somehow he was able to save my brother and getting him back in the boat. And so if that doesn't show bravery, an almost 90-year-old man jumping in after a little boy in cold wavy water, I don't know what shows bravery. He's also one of the most stubborn men I know. He's almost 90, but he still acts like he's 30. His doctor says he should use a walker or cane at all times of the day. He hasn't even thought about buying one. He's also supposed to use an oxygen tank at all times of the day, but he only uses it about a quarter of his day because it stops him from doing what he loves, and that is gardening. With him getting old, I've had to help him with some gardening, but he still gardens like a pro. And he won't even use an oxygen tank or walker when his kids or grandkids ask him to. And whenever I ask him why he doesn't, he always says to me, if you don't plan to go down fighting, you might as well not start the fight at all. And those seem kind of like dark words for an old man to be thinking about his death and his final moments of life. But when you also think about it, it's the best quote you could ever have, because it shows that if you don't fight for every moment you have on this earth, you might as well not have those moments. So as you all can see, my grandpa is one of the most important people in my life, one of the best and bravest fishermen I know, and one of the most stubborn people I know. And so if there was one thing I asked you to keep from this speech, it wouldn't be the random facts that I've told you about my grandpa. It would be the words of wisdom that he has taught me. If you don't plan to go down fighting, you might as well not start the fight at all.